Moto2 moves away from the Circuit of the Americas and heads back to Europe. It's round 4 of the championship at the Circuit de Jerez Anglo Nieto in Spain. Sit back and enjoy the Moto2 race then with your commentator, Joshua Birch. It's the start of the Moto2 Spanish Grand Prix here at the Circuit de Jerez. Feminigo on pole position from Albert Arenas and Jake Dixon on the front row. Gonzalez ahead of Monrella and Garcia take out the second row. On rows 3 and 4, we see Vietti, Albarino and Alcoba. Follow them with Ramirez, Roberts and Chantra lining up in 12th position. Then it's Boltas ahead of Salak and Guevara, Lopez, Agura and Zonta van der Goorberg starts in 18th position. Further down the field, 19th on, we see Senna Igers alongside Bo Ben Schneider and Darren Binder in 21st. Then it's Onchu down in 22nd, Foggia ahead then of Navarro. Further down the field as well, from 25th on, Masia out of position ahead of Ferrari, making his debut again. RG alongside Esque, Cardelias and Artegas lines up 30th overall in this race. Got a problem with our live timing. We won't have it for a couple of laps, so we've got the lap counter for the opening few laps, so we'll update that as everybody crosses the line. Away we go on the parade lap then. Beautiful sunny skies here at Jerez. Track temperature is rising from what we were expecting. 35 degrees the ground temperature, 10 degree air temperature, so a bit chilly this morning, but a little bit better than what we were expecting. Rain was forecast. It's a 2.75 mile circuit, that's 4.42 kilometres. 11 metres is the width, so that is 36.09 feet. The longest straight we come down to out of turn 5 down to the dry sack turn 6 hairpin. That is 607 metres or 1,991.47 metres. 8 right-hand corners, 5 left-hand corners to boot as well here. As they turn into the Pedrosa hairpin, who's going to have the best getaway from pole position? That's the key factor that everybody is thinking of and hoping that we're going to have the best getaway, but 9 times out of 10 here at Jerez, always watch out for someone starting on the second row of the grid to have the best launch into turn 1. It's an inside uphill run, so anything is possible. The Moto2 race, though, is always difficult. It used to be the boring class where we'd have the excitement of Moto2 and then everything just sort of go quiet down. Now it's all changed with the Pirelli tyres. It is mandatory now to hold it through. Agura on pole, Arenas and Dixon, watch out for that. Dixon in the 96, back of course on his second race back after injury at the start of the season. Immediately back onto the front row. Can he take victory for Great Britain? Onto the pole position we come for Femini Agura. Spaniard on pole, Arenas starts second. Field lining up, won't take too long to get going. Pole position for Agura. You can see the grid just below us, all 30 of them lined up, ready to go. Safety car pulls in at the back. 21 laps ahead of us. All eyes will be to the lights. Green flag at the back. The Moto2 Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez is under starters' orders. Lights out, race on, good start from Agura, great start once again coming through from Gonzalez, pulls to the outside line, Jake Dixon on the inside, and once again the KTM with a great start coming through on the inside. Look at Monrella, look at Garcia, a little bit of movement further back, but taking the lead, I think that's Gonzalez into the braking zone. It is Gonzalez up from 4th to 1st, wide there in the background goes one of the, Ramirez actually in the American Racing Squad. Meantime up front, Gonzalez has the lead of the race at the moment, waiting the full timing time to come back through. Agura's dropped it to second, now he's going to go through on the inside. Agura retakes the lead, back through, nothing at all we're seeing here Gonzalez can do as we head out of turn 5, down to turn 6 at dry sack for the hairpin at the first time, and look at the slipstream that Gonzalez has, pulls to the inside line, late on the brakes, slips through and takes it, and completely out of whack comes Femini Agura, completely not got traction at the exit. Then coming through, that's Garcia. Garcia up from 6th to 3rd. We ride now on board with Fermin Ardegur. Ahead is Manuel Gonzalez. Jake Dixon's dropped back to a couple more places as well. So remember, the Pirelli tyres are going to be a factor here. You have to keep the tyres in the operating window. If you go too quick, they'll drop off before the end of the race. They are not designed to make it the entire race distance. Here it's scheduled for 21 laps as they come through. Out now to the backstretch. You can see the timing tyres having a problem. We don't even have it on the TV pictures at the moment. So timing's having issues at the moment. As we exit turn 13, the Lorenzo hairpin for the first time across the line to complete lap 1. Into the lead of the race then goes the 18. It is Manuel Gonzalez. Then it's Garcia in second. Fermin Ardegur dropped down to third because Garcia sent it through the inside at turn 1 at Expo 91. And then Fermin Ardegur comes back on the inside at turn 2 on the inside. That's going to allow Jake Dixon round the outside of 3 if he can keep the momentum, and he can't. So Gonzalez, Garcia, Ardegur, Dixon, Arenas, Ramirez up 4 places as well. Monrella's down 2. Arbolino stays 8. Vietti's down 2. Salak's up 4. Roberts stays in 11th position. Bad luck after what he was in the qualifying sessions and in the warm session being fastest as well. Earlier on, he's not done that much now. It's the break. He's on turn 6 once more. Then we move further back. Joe Roberts up into 10th position ahead of Salak. Lopez up to 15th ahead of Zonta van der Gersbergs as well. And one of the American team going a bit wide there at the back. Can't exactly mention who it is because of it. Oh, and Zonta van der Gersbergs drops back a couple of positions as well. But the American team sponsored by something that's only for you-know-what people that we have to mention and you can't really say on air these days. But Gonzalez, oh, and that is out for, that's Senna Igus at turn 6, and that bike facing the wrong way. So that's dropped out from underneath him. Let's take a look. So he's coming through on the inside line, and he's going to get tagged here. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, if you hit your front wheel to someone's rear wheel, you're going down, and that's exactly what's happened there to Senna. Oh, and it's just down on his knee as well, and the bike falls on his knee, and it moves in such a location that you think it's going to break, but that's a bit of an alarm. Yellow flag sector 4. Somebody else is out as well as we start the next lap. So here's the running order at the end of lap 2. So yellow flag sector 4. S-Craze dropped down to 23rd. Oh, it's Ben Schneider. Turn 13. He's dropped out now. That's 2 in 1 lap. And is that going to be... Oh, he lost it in a high side moment. So he turns in through 13. A left-hander. The bike jinks him up and he goes over the top of the handlebar. Not the greatest of situations there, unfortunately, to keep through. But 19 laps to go. Joe Roberts, fastest lap for the American racing team, 141.163, a new best race lap record in Moto2 history. As we take a look at the front, Gonzalez still leading the race from Ayagura, and then we're going to see Garcia and Dixon and Arenas keep inside that top. Where is Joe Roberts? P8 at the moment. So Roberts is actually in the back of Monrella and closing him in nicely as well. So this is on lap 3. We've completed 2 laps of this race. It's lap 3 of 21. Garcia now has a 10-point lead in the world standings to Joe Roberts. 12 points to Gonzalez, 18 points to Ardegur, who's in second position. So Garcia running in third, just holding on to that championship advantage at the moment. Does not want to have anything as Van der Gersberg and Agus are currently under investigation. Well, in my opinion, that's a racing incident. Agus Senna put it through on the inside and lost the wheel anyway, so that shouldn't really be a big penalty coming through as well. As we start the following lap here, across the line onto lap 4 of this race. That's Gonzalez, with a 141.028. Another yellow flag at sector 4. So who's gone down now? So we'll take a look. But more drama, and it is the 43 of Javier Artegas. So Artegas has crashed out now. So another retirement from this race. There he is, front end's gone. So the bike craned away, and it says, look, I can still race. Just dropped out from underneath him, and it's stuck so fast in the gravel. It's a Moto2 gravel trap here. It's designed to stop Formula 1 cars. It's very deep gravel. They've complained about it over the years, and the rest have done nothing about it. So that's the problem you have to see it with. So Gonzalez leading this race. Fermin Ardeguer in second, Garcia in third, Dixon fourth, but for how much longer? Albert Arenas slips on the inside line down in turn 7. Great move there from Arenas, and now Dixon's under pressure from Ramirez, who sends it up the inside, and Ramirez gets chopped out by Roberts. Roberts sends it through with an almighty push manoeuvre, and he's coming back as well at the inside of Monrella. Roberts takes the pair of them. He's up into 6th place, right behind Jake Dixon. Fabulous move from the American. Great racing, that's why he's a race winner. Of course, he won in Qatar back in 2020 in that COVID race where only Moto3 and Moto2 ran. But now, Roberts is on the back of Dixon as we come into the last corner to start lap 5 of this race. Let's have more of the timing towers. So, irresponsible riding. Long lap penalty for, is that the 84 or the 34? I can't tell. It's the 84. Zonta van der Goes, that's harsh. That's incredibly harsh. That is the wrong, in my opinion, that's the wrong decision from the stewards there. Senna crashed of his own accord because he was in the position he wasn't supposed to be in. There's nothing Zonta did there. He had his rear tyre. What was he supposed to do? Take the rear tyre off? No, that's the wrong decision there from the stewards. That should not have been a penalty. On board with Joe Roberts, closing back to Jake Dixon at the exit of turn 5, down towards Drysack, and now there's a battle at the front as well for the race lead as Fermin Ardeguer is closing in as well. He wants to have the attack. Whether or not he's got that attacking power is a different question. Still going to have that advantage to come into it. We're coming up to the start of the 5th lap. And look at Aguirre, he's all over the back of Gonzalez. You can see the running order just below us then on the timing towers. Gonzalez, Aguirre, Garcia, Arenas, Dixon, the top 5. Roberts, Ramirez, Monrella, Alberino, Salak, that's your top 10. Alcoba, Lorenzo, Vietti up into 13th. Aguirre, Boltus has the last points paying position in 15th place. It's the shoulder cam now, Fermin Ardeguer, as he comes into that braking zone for turn 13. The Lorenzo hairpin keeps it down low, back on the throttle, tries to have the power at the exit as they come across the line to start the next lap onto lap 5. Uphill in towards the first corner, yellow flag sector 4. And who's gone down this time? Someone below. Is it Ferrari? No, it's Dennis Foggia. Foggia's crashed. Wow. Turn 13, so that's another low side manoeuvre. So Dennis out of the race. Let's hope he might be able to keep it going. Look at this. Gonzalez holding off. And Ardeguer's going through. Inside line at turn 5. But Gonzalez will have the traction at the exit down to turn 6. So Gonzalez, back on the inside line, slipstreams in, trail breaks in, retakes the lead. There was no real danger there. That was Fermin just saying, I'm here, I'm going to make an opportunity, and I'm just going to make you think. I'm not going to make you panic, but I'm going to make you think about where I'm putting this bike. And next time I do it, you better jump out of the way. Gonzalez isn't like that. We've seen him do these type of races so many times before, and this is Fermin Ardeguer's back in his sweet spot. Now with the Beta Tools speed up bike, he's a lot more in tune after 4 races now. And he's right on the back, waiting to capitalise. Just waiting to see if there's anything that can change, anything that can go wrong. There's an awful lot that can go wrong as well in the braking zones. Into the penultimate corner, out of the last corner, and boots it hard across the line. We've got our live timings back, I'm delighted to say. So across the line we go then, in towards the first corner. Gonzalez leads from Fermin Ardeguer, Garcia, Arenas, Roberts has P5. Take it through there with Dixon, and someone's dropped down the order as well with another official information charts. It could be Matteo Ferrari. I'm not entirely 100% convinced on that. Hang on a minute. What's happened here? The timing tower's gone wrong. It says there's 18 laps to go, but there isn't. And on the inside, Gonzalez takes the lead. And now Fermin Ardeguer takes the lead. Fermin Ardeguer takes the lead on the inside line and jumps him. And now I am confused about how many laps we've completed. And no, we are correct as Gonzalez goes back on the inside line. And now we're seeing again side-by-side battles at the exit of Drysack. On the inside line is Furman Ardegur. Now the outside line as he jumps back on the in. Go for it. Oh, they nearly touch. How did he do that? Furman Ardegur takes the lead away from Manuel Gonzalez with an absolute sweep move on lap 6 of 21. Yellow flags out in the third sector as well. That could be for Foggia. No, hang on. It is for Darren Binder, who's crashed at Drysack at turn 6. Well, the timing tower crashed. It's now back. It's saying it's lap 7 of 21 with 15 to go. That is incorrect. It is lap 6 of 21 with 16 to go. Barry Boltus has now crashed out of this race. And I'm incredibly confused about the timing towers have come across. What lap actually is it? The timings don't make sense, and neither does the TV pictures. So, I'm incredibly confused. As now it's crashed. Now it says it's lap 7 of 21 with 15 to go. I am more than confused. So, we will keep an eye on that. Battle for 4th. And Gonzalez is retaking the lead. Apparently, Gonzalez is retaking the lead from Furman Ardegur. Is that true? 49,000 between them. Timings are playing so much right now. I don't actually know what is true and what isn't. So, we're waiting for visual confirmation now. Furman Ardegur leads. Gonzalez is second. 54 thousandths of a second between them is apparently our timing monitor. I understand that the Moto2's TV pictures are wrong. Our timing screens for once are correct. As I have just seen Monrella and Arborino swap places, and there it is. There is Arborino, and there is the 10, and that's a bike off. That's Darren Binder now dropping down the timing screen. What is going on? Okay, now apparently it's lap 8. So the timing towers have gone completely belly up. I have no idea what lap it actually is. As we try and work it out for you back home. It says 8 of 14. I don't know if that's correct. It's about to become 7. So if it changes now, we know we're sort of in the right time zone. 13.9. Yes. So the lap counter's behind. So the lap timer is behind. That is always nice to know, isn't it? On the data screen. Exactly what is and isn't correct. So as we try and jump it to make it correct. There we see an accident further back that's changed out from underneath him. Well, I am beyond confused right now as to what is happening in this motor race. We're coming down towards the exit of Sector 2. So we need to be here a little bit now. And I think we're now back with live timings. I'm not entirely 100% sure. That's caught everybody out there. Exactly where we are in the timing towers. So I'm trying to reset it with the correct deltas, which I think is here. Yeah, I think we're now correct. The timing towers have crashed, basically. So that's not exactly our greatest errors. Because the TV pictures crashed and the live timings crashed. So now I'm starting to think there was a problem with Dorna's feed on Sunday when we had the TV pictures first. So, Furman Ardegur leads this race to Gonzalez by 0.6 of a second as they come through. Hopefully, if I've got these right, it should turn to lap 12 shortly as they exit the last corner and boot it up towards the line. I'm hoping I've either got it A right or B wrong. As I come across the line to change over now. Still says 13. Should change yellow flags out. And it's down in Sector 4. Yes, we've got the timings bang on. Brilliant. Oh, and it said that's Dixon. Jake Dixon has crashed out at turn 13. And he's going to lose the front mid-corner. And Jake Dixon is out of the Spanish Grand Prix. Well, we're only down to 23 runners now. We've lost 6 from this race. Never know where to go with these, do we, anymore? Still, 1:41.020 for Joe Roberts. He improves again on his own fastest time in the race, so a big improvement there to come into as we have our timings back, and correctly back, I'm delighted to say, as we approach half distance of this race. It's taken a while there to jump back up, actually, but that's good news. And fast enough for Joe Roberts, as I said, so he's holding that back in. So now we come to the part of the race where everything just quietened down. They all start saving their Pirelli rubber. But Joe Roberts in 4th place is a man on a mission right now, isn't he? He's catching up to Garcia. He's holding down those top 3. Ferdinand Ardagir leads by 0.5 of a second. We exit the last corner, boot up towards the line, and let's see what the delta point is now across it. 11 to go, and the gap is 0.698 of a second. So there is improvements. There's consensus, which is great news. Not going to have too many problems throughout the race as to who needs to do what, where, and how. You can see now with our timing screens activated, you can tell who's where on the delta screens as the racing continues. Air temperature 19 degrees Celsius, ground temperature 35. Hopefully MotoGP next time out the French Grand Prix have updated the timing screens to include a full screen so that it's not as blurry. Here's the start. Look at Ferdinand again. Just got a wheelie at the getaway, and Gonzalez from the second row went right round the outside. And Ferdinand again was just an absolute madman. And he whacked into the side of about 7 bikes into that first corner. Great start from Garcia. Kept out of everything. Arbolino was getting in the mix of it as well further back. And yeah. So yeah, they're all just sort of calming it down now. The sun has gone away over the back half of the circuit. Cloud cover has taken over, which has not really affected too much the track temperature here. Gonzalez is now 10th back on the last lap compared to Aldeguer. We knew that. It's a Spanish 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Well, they ignored Garcia from that, I don't know. But Joe Roberts could be on to spoil Spain's day here and take a victory for America on the American Racing Team bike. Garcia holds 3rd, and number 3 is in 3rd place as he punches down. 10 laps to go then. We're past halfway of the Moto2 Spanish Grand Prix. Whoa, Roberts, so much entry into one. The front was buckling from underneath him. He was unsure how much lean angle to put in on that, but he really gave it the exit. Escra's past Navarro for 18th position. Guevara up into 15th now, has passed Zonta van der Gerberg as well. Onchu is up into 17th place, so Dennis making up some positions. Garcia is now 5 points clear to Roberts in the standings. 67 to 62. Ferdinand Aguirre will move up to 54 points. That's 13 behind Garcia. Gonzalez will be on 50. That's 17 behind. So the top 4 in the championship are reverse order top 4 in the Moto2 Spanish Grand Prix. Arenas in 5th. On board with Joe Roberts. It's a Spanish 1, 2, 3 at the Spanish Grand Prix. Riding with the American on the American bike. Look how much faster he is in the sectors as well. 10th up sector 1, 22 thousandths up sector 2, sector 3 he's come through, and he's 2 tenths up again. So 4 tenths he's gained on this lap alone as he will continue to push into the turn 12 and 13. This is 12. 13 is the hairpin, the last corner on the track. Sector 4, so has Roberts improved? Oh, he's looking for it on the inside. He's got it very, very deep. That's a great lunge from Joe Roberts. He comes out side by side with Sergio Garcia. Garcia, though, had the better exit out of the Lorenzo hairpin. But the run up towards Expo 91, there's a yellow flag out Sector 4. And I think it's Diego Monrella who is dropping down the timing sheets quickly. But that was a lunge and a half from Joe Roberts. I thought he might go for the move. He's decided against it, but he's looking so angry now for a podium, and Monrella is out of the race. He's crashed out at turn 13. There's the confirmation for it. So another... oh, and look at that! Roberts on the inside line! Catches out! And turn 5! Garcia, who nearly falls off the bike. His left leg comes off the foot peg. And through goes Roberts for third. And Joe Roberts takes the lead of the Moto2 World Standings by a single point to Garcia. The 1-2 in the title, battling it out over podiums. And Roberts, the American, now leads the World Standings. Can he get after Gonzalez and Aldeguer with 9 to go? Absolutely insane race. As we take a look, that is Diego Monrella. This is how it happened. And it's going... oh, I thought it might be contact, but he lost it on his own. Front buckled underneath him. He'll think it was contact, but it wasn't. He just lost the inside. So Artegas is out officially now. He's 3 laps down apparently, but he is yet to officially be DNF'd. So Monrella, Boltus, Foggia, and a couple more already out of the race. Only 23 appearing on the timing tower from Dorna. 27, 8, 9, 29 appearing on our screen here for the com box. Can't go down one, unfortunately. As they turn once more. So... what an interesting little battle this is turning out to be. The racing certainly is, I don't want to say electrifying, but it's providing entertainment, isn't it? It's certainly not, it's being different. Extremely different. Is that good or bad is the question that you need to ask yourself. As they continue down the back straight towards Drysack at turn 6. Late on the brakes, turn in, and just hold that advantage for the remainder. Garcia's 250, and now Vietti 156, that's 251 kilometres an hour. Yeah, so not too bad there. 156 mile per hour, 251 kilometres an hour is the difference between them at the moment. As, oh, big twitch there from Gonzalez on the Grassini from P2. Coming out of turn 11 and 12, massive twitch. 100% thought that bike was going to fly off from underneath him. He's still desperately trying to hold it through. Coming up with 7 to go then. Averaging lap times of 1:41. That's 9 seconds a lap slower than what we had in MotoGP in the sprint race yesterday and the warm-up this morning. Across the line then, Roberts in third, closing them down. Just little by little, 2.5 tenths up Roberts had on that last lap to Gonzalez, so he's not stopping. He's still got that advantage as the pace continues here for the Spanish Grand Prix. Yellow flag sector 4. What's the betting? This is again turn 13. Escray's dropped down. Is it Escray? Alex Escray? He stopped middle for sector 4. It is Alex Escray, yeah. Dixon's about to pass him. Dixon's restarted this race, so Alex Escray has crashed. Presume the last corner. It's hard to crash in sector 4. Must be turn 13. Alex Escray has crashed. Is it turn 13? We wait for Dorna to tell us. Well, he's punching himself, so yes, it is turn 13. And I'm going to tell you right now, as we look at the replay, the front's going to buckle. Oh, it's a high side again. Oh, big one over the top. The bike continues on. So, mid-corner, the bike drops from underneath him, but it picks up throttle, and it just chucks him over the top. And the bike continues on and nearly hits his teammate and nearly hits the 23 as well. In the middle of the pack. Oh, and it hit the barrier. Escray's bike hit the pit lane wall. It crashed twice. It crashed twice. Who did he nearly run into? Matteo Ferrari. In 21st position. The bike crashed twice. Is it still there or has it been picked up? It's been picked up. Great work by the marshals. 6 laps to go then here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Up towards turn 1 we go. Fermin Aldeguer leads Gonzalez, Roberts, Garcia, Arenas, Ramirez, Lopez, Albrino, Aguirre, Alcoba, the top 10. Then it's Vietti, Salak, Chancha, Guevara. Zonta van der Goldberg has the last points paying position. Hello, what happened there? Aguirre has passed Albrino for 8th position. as we look at Arenas and Ramirez battling it out now as well for 5th place in the race as we come into turn 5. Before the backstretch down towards turn 6, the Dry Sack Pedrosa hairpin, called Dry Sack because there's a winery just a few kilometres from the circuit, then renamed the Pedrosa hairpin because that's when Pedrosa high-sided it years ago with Lorenzo in a huge accident. About 2017, I want to say, somewhere around then. Big accident. Great race, actually, but big accident. Albert Arenas, gap behind 1/10 of a second. Maybe a bit less than that. Ramirez is on the back of him. Gap is 2/10 according to my monitor, but it's visually less now as he goes for a look at the inside at turn 10. Arenas shuts the door. Ramirez is going to find another way through. He'll follow him around. He will not have that... Oh, there's a rider slowing there. Now, is that Artegas? Yeah, he's a lap down. So Artegas just getting out of the way there. There is your race leader, Fermin Ardeguer. 1.5 seconds ahead to Gonzalez now with 5 laps to go of the Spanish Grand Prix. Ardeguer looks like he's going to do it again. Oh, not another one. And it is Marcos Ramirez, who has crashed out from 6th position. And he has his hand side by side. He's on the inside line. He got ahead of Arenas, but then dropped it mid-corner at turn 13. We look away for a second, and Ramirez stuffs it up the inside, and then the bike says, get stuffed. Oh. And his teammate up in 3rd position with Joe Roberts, and now the championship leader. That's not going to look great at all for Marcos Ramirez. Really disappointing stuff there as well. Down to 20. That's 10 riders now have gone down. 10 in this race. Dixon, Binder and Artegas are still racing. Artegas is 4 laps down. Binder's 1. Dixon's still on the lead lap, but 54 seconds back to Fermin Ardeguer, who is leading this race comfortably now. And we're riding with him, the race leader. It's a Spanish 1-2 with the American 3rd at the moment. So it's nice as the clouds have dissipated. It's now a clear track, sunny conditions as well. Air temperature now 19 degrees. Ground temperature 32 degrees Celsius, so that's improved 9 degrees already in this race alone over the past 32 minutes since the lights went out. Up now towards turn 1 once again. This is Fermin Ardeguer leading the race. Roberts right behind the gap. Actually, Roberts right behind Gonzalez. He might take 2nd place here. Ardeguer getting a little bit choppy through 1 and 2. Let's take a look at Roberts now. Can he slipstream to find an opportunity to slip on the inside line? I don't think he can. He's just holding it back. Roberts was 2.5 of a second faster than Gonzalez on that last lap alone. Ferrari's passed Argy as well for 18th position. So Ferrari moving up the order. Of course, a double Moto E world champion. Back in the shot here of Moto2. So, Roberts holding on. Can he get past Garcia? That's, oh, big twitch on Roberts mid-corner at 7. Into 8. Just don't make the mistakes that you need to. 9 and 10 sweep up on you. The double right. This is 9. And then 10 comes up on you quite quickly at the exit. There it is, turn 10. Banks of Spanish fans. There's a Marc Marquez grandstand here as well, where they're very delighted to see the Cassini rider
bit of work for Adam Moffat
getting his first ever podium in the race, as I'm hearing some feedback there from the team radios. There we go. Still, look at that, 2.5 tenths up at the moment. Gonzalez finding that pace. Back up to the line we go. And, all right, Roberts lost 0.5 tenth in that last sector, but he was still 3 tenths now behind. Oh, not another one. And it's Alonso Lopez. Alonso Lopez has crashed out. So it's just getting worse and worse, really. How's that happened? Front buckled? Yep. Right on entry. 9 times out of 10, you can see that one coming. And it was a slow exit as well. That's what I didn't get there. And now look at Joe Roberts on the back of Gonzalez down towards turn 6 for second place. Look how late Gonzalez braked compared to Roberts, and Roberts only just making the corner. Back on the power. Can he find a way through? No, he can't. Gonzalez has that door shut. He thinks about opening up through 7 into 8 and 9. The last 2 before 10. Can we get an opportunity for Roberts to send it to the inside line? He's going to look for it on the inside at turn 10. And Roberts takes second position. Can we see Gonzalez get the cut back? Yes, he does. Side by side. Roberts nearly has a high side, but cuts back through the inside line at 11. And Roberts takes second place. Fabulous move. Can Gonzalez hold it through turn 12 for an attack back at turn 13? Roberts is still not looking super smooth on that bike. Gonzalez thinks about it. Roberts shuts that inside door. Roberts now further ahead in the championship as we come across with 2 laps to go. 5 points now Roberts has in the standings to Garcia. Can he catch the leader in 3 laps? No, not to my knowledge. No, 2 laps. 2 laps to go. The timing towers have crashed again on the World Feed TV pictures. They're fine for me and you watching along. It's 2 laps to go. It's lap 20 of 21. Firminatico leads by 2.8 seconds to Roberts. So Firminatico's got this one in the bag. Roberts now can hold back second, but it's going to be very close. Gonzalez is right there to try and have an attack. It's making me paranoid now if we're going to end the race early or not by an accident. Down the back straight we go towards turn 6. Roberts now leads this champion. Okay, I'll say this just once because it's ironic. The OnlyFans American race team with Joe Roberts will lead the Moto2 standings on 69 points. If that wasn't so ironically laughable, I would cry. But that is honestly true. The OnlyFans-sponsored American racing team in Moto2, and its American rider Joe Roberts, is going to lead the standings on 69 points. Watch them make the joke out of that going into the remainder of the French Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time. I can guarantee you that is going to be quite funny. Honestly, that's just poetry for them. Gonzalez might want to try and spoil that and take it back down to a 63-point advantage only in the standings as he's looking on the inside line. He can't quite get it. Now we're going to have the proper last lap. Oh, Roberts was a bit defensive into the last corners. Last lap then now of the Spanish Grand Prix up towards turn 1. It is confirmed. Last lap. Firminatico leads by 2.7 seconds. Roberts is second. Gonzalez has third. 3.5 seconds back, then would be Garcia. So Roberts has just got to hold on for another 2 miles. And he will have the championship lead that he has worked hard for in the last 3 Grand Prix after a miserable start back in Qatar. And Roberts is the fastest in the top 3 as well. Last lap for Aguirre, 141.844. Roberts, 141.838. Gonzalez, 141.927. So Gonzalez was way off the pace. Down the gears, you can sense that Fermin Aguirre is just gonna lift and coast. Aguirre's gonna have this one brilliantly. New team, new livery, and it's working well. Joe Roberts as well is going to be delighted to take the lead in the standings. So just keep it together for the last lap and the final sector of the Moto2 Spanish Grand Prix. The Spanish fans are going to love this one. Fermin Aguirre is showing off. He's taken his leg and his hand off the wheel through turn 11 to wave to the crowd. He feels so confident. But it's often then you make the worst mistakes just getting through the last corner. The Spaniard is going to win at home, and this one is going to mean the most to him. The klaxons are going off behind. Fermin Aguirre exits the last corner. He wheels in across the line and wins the Spanish Grand Prix for Moto2. A home win, which is going to mean so much to him after a season of despair so far. It's highs at Jerez. Roberts is second, and takes the lead of the World Championship on 69 points. Ironic with the team name. Gonzalez finishes third and picks up 16 points. Arenas, Aguirre, Alberino, Alcoba, Vietti, Chantra, Salak, Guevara, Zonta van der Goldberg, Onchu gets a point. And then Matteo Ferrari gets the last points paying position. Well done, Matteo Ferrari. After that, as well, the Spanish Grand Prix victorious for Ferdinand Aguirre. And that is going to live long in his memory. So Zonta van der Gersberg getting a post-race penalty then, pushing him outside the points. That puts Dennis Onchu into 13th, Matteo Ferrari 14th, and Mario Argi getting the last points-paying position. Joe Roberts takes the lead in the championship now on 69 points as well for the OnlyFans racing team in America. That's going to be very ironic for them going into the French Grand Prix. They're already promoting it. But Ferdinand Aguirre wins on home soil here in Spain. You can join us in 2 weeks' time when Moto2 returns for the French Grand Prix at Le Mans. Bye-bye.